Hey guys and girls. So as you might know, I was one of the co-founders in an app called Wunderlist. So my tool that I currently use is Sunsama, and this is what I want to show you. So let's jump right in, and I'm going to explain to you why I think this is such a great tool and why they really nailed it. And they do a much better job than Wunderlist ever did. It's a slightly different use case as well. Wunderlist was like this general list making tool, and people were using it for all kinds of use cases. They were keeping lists of just everything, like from books, movies, and shopping lists, and then entire projects. And there was this one guy who was running, I think it was like 3 companies just with Wunderlist. Sunsama is more geared towards being like really your personal workflow and project management tool. It's quite different in terms that it provides like a guided step-by-step approach to how to plan your day, how to do a daily review and that kind of stuff. So now it's at nighttime, so it's showing me basically like the review of the day window. And since this is a fresh account, there's probably not going to be a lot to see here, but we're just going to go through and I just want to quickly show you some of the things that I really like about it. So now it asks, okay, once per day we will help you to plan your day. So this is for tomorrow. The first step would be to reflect on today and set goals for tomorrow. And then you can begin like this nighttime reflection and planning for the next day step. So then it shows this kind of smooth transition, and it's really focused and forces you almost to like follow these well known to work habits of, going through the steps and sticking to that sequence of things to either in the beginning or at night to plan your day and reflect on the stuff that you have accomplished. So the first thing it asks is, what's one thing you got done today? And because it doesn't have anything, it's a fresh account. One thing I've done today. Let's see. Maybe let's make something up. Wrote a blog post. Okay. How much time did you spend on that? And that's great. That's another great thing. It always tries to train you to think about how long is something actually, what did you say it, how long it would last, or how long it would take, and how long did it actually take. So it took me maybe 2 hours, okay? And then it shows you the total time that you've spent working. So I'm gonna add another task, maybe worked out, right? If I wanted to categorize that, I can do that just by hitting the hashtag symbol, and then I can give it a hashtag. Let's call it health, no matching channels. So I can manage the channels, and the channels are basically like your lists or your tags. And I'm just gonna create a new channel or create a new context, that would be health. And context is like the first layer. And a personal context. So since you can also invite people to your team, choosing or enabling the toggle for personal context will just hide all of those tasks that are categorized as personal. In this case, health is a personal context. I'm going to create that. So this is basically like a list for my health related tasks, and it's personal, so no one will see those items that are tagged with health. Okay, let's close that. Back to this review for today. And let's try that again. So now you can tag it from here, but I can choose it here now, and I'm gonna choose health. And as you can see, you have those check marks. Of course, since it's asking me what I checked off today or what I did, it's already green. This is the check mark, the indicator, where you check off your tasks. The second icon is the due date. The third icon is the planned versus actual time. So let's say the workout took 30 minutes, and then it's going to update this overview on the left-hand side, that you get an immediate overview what you spent your time on today, which is also great. So this is really like this holistic approach of reflecting on what are you doing, what are you planning, what are you actually doing, how long do you think it's going to take, and then at night it's going to show you how long it actually took. And it just sort of trains you to, especially for me, I'm a little bit like all over the place and can have some problems sticking to a routine, even though I know how it's supposed to be. But then, you know, if I'm not taking through this sequence of steps, I might as well just, you know, not do it and do some chaotic, just writing something down and then not always following the same steps. And here I really love how it every day it's the same sequence, and the app just has a really great way of always knowing, okay, is it morning, is it night, is it weekend, what should I be doing right now? And it forces me to at least be confronted. It confronts me with this thing. Of course I can skip it, can say next, I can just not do it, but I might as well do it because it's in front of me, so I'm just gonna do it, right? Okay, so let's do another thing. Spend time playing with my daughter, something like that. It's an important thing to me. So again, I don't have a channel for that, so let's quickly create a new context, and that would be family, and that is personal again. Let's create that. And again, in this mode, in this review mode, you have to open the detail view and then assign the channel from here. But later during the day, when you're just dealing with your to-do list, you can assign the channel any way you like. So I'm going to choose family here. Okay, let's continue. I think you get the point. Here it's failing to update, which is kind of weird. Let's try that again. Health. Okay, I'm not sure why it's not family, health. Yeah, well, I guess that's a bug. No, since I didn't specify a time. So I did that, 1 hour. So now it updated the pie chart. Let's continue. Now we're jumping to tomorrow. What is my plan for tomorrow? What do you want to work on tomorrow? Add a task you want to work on. Plan for tomorrow, LinkedIn post. Don't forget to always start with the verb. Create LinkedIn post, then work out, create design for Autonova. Okay. So now it created those 3 tasks. How much time do you plan to spend on that? So now it's asking me to actually estimate how long it's going to take. And I'm going to start with the first one, create LinkedIn post, let's say 45 minutes, work out as well, 45 minutes, create design for Autonova, say 2 hours. And once you have those channels created, you can just basically hit the Q key and you can assign those channels. Boom, boom. No, that is health, and work again. So you get the idea. Okay, in this view, it asks me to fill in my day with the work from other tools. And basically what it means is I should check all the other tools, and it is integrated with Asana, and it is integrated with Outlook and Google Mail, Gmail, and Jira, and with my calendar. And so on the left-hand side, I have the tasks that I just created that I want to do tomorrow. And here I could add those connections and then drag in, for example, tickets from Asana and emails from Outlook or from Gmail, and mark them as tasks and put them in here to say that I want to do them. And then I go next. It asks me, okay, what can wait? I move this, the LinkedIn post. I will do that on Friday. And then it asks me to finalize the plan for tomorrow and to arrange my tasks in the order that I want to work on them. So now I can basically design the exact schedule for my day tomorrow. So when I'm going to start my day tomorrow, I'm just going to open up Sunsama. It also asks me about my shutdown time. What time would you like to wrap up your work by? And it's set to 5 p.m. and I can add it to my calendar, and it creates an event, Sunsama Shutdown, which will once again trigger like a workflow that is going to take me through sort of the wind down or shutdown routine in Sunsama. And that's it. So now I plan the day, and then it also helped me to create a bullet list for my daily planning, which I then can either post to Slack or just copy and send via email to my manager, to myself, to my spouse, whatever. I can also quickly reflect on obstacles. I don't know, waiting for input from X. And then I can get started with my day. Before I was in this planning mode for the next day, and now I plan the next day, which is Thursday, and you can see I want to work out 45 minutes, get 200 followers. That's a window for my goal. So it just is like a blocker to work on this goal, and task could be related to that or not. So it can either be just a window for a broad goal, but also specific tasks that are aligned with this goal. And daily shutdown is basically what it just helped me to create and asked me when I want to stop working tomorrow. All right, and this is like a Kanban view of the days, but you can also switch to the calendar view, and either way, it's gonna basically switch the views. If I go to calendar view, it's gonna show me my tasks for the current day in here, and then the calendar view to the left. I can also go to 3 days, for example. So, or 1 day. So if I go to tomorrow, then this is going to be my day. And this is super helpful because it merges like the calendars and tasks. I know that other apps like Fantastical, for example, in combination with, I think, reminders, the default Apple reminders, or some other task apps also show tasks, but this is a much more integrated approach, especially with all this guided planning going on that makes working just super efficient and really like by the book. I would say Like the real good productivity guys that really stick to their routine, they almost do all of those things, like, planning on the weekend, planning at night for the next day, then reviewing and all this kind of stuff. And even if I designed Wunderlist and I'm a productivity geek and so on, it's really hard for me to stick to that. And we never nailed this kind of workflow to help people become more productive in that sense that we give them, like this productivity framework. Microsoft To Do had a little bit of that, I think, like a today mode, something like that, but it wasn't even close to this, and it just feels really natural to me. I love it. I love the tool. It's the visual design is clean and works really good for me. It's not like the most amazing design ever, but it's more about the UX in terms of productivity flow and how it guides me and helps me stay on track and actually do the planning steps that can be so easily neglected if you're not forced to do them. And that's just a quick overview. Of course, I did miss some things. It's not complete, but I would love to hear your thoughts on it. And there's also a desktop app. So what do you think? This is my favorite to-do list right now. What is your favorite way of working? What tools are you using? Are you using something like Todoist? Are you using just Calendar? Or I know there's another tool right around the corner, and it's going to be Superlist by my beloved co-founder from Wunderlist, Christian, and Steffen Kiedel. He's the CEO now, and it definitely looks promising. I haven't really had a look at the app yet, I've got to say, but it's going to be cool to see how they approach it. But so long, I'm going to stick with Sunsama, and that was my tip for today. Take care and good night.